Hi. Sorry I didn't notice you. I was just taking a little nap. You know, sleeping away the dog days of summer. Anyway, my name is Faerie Mer. You've probably noticed that the sun has been rising later and setting earlier these days. That's because the autumnal equinox is just around the corner. It's time for another season change. In the summertime, Earth's northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, and then in the wintertime it's tilted away. But on the vernal and autumnal equinoxes, both the northern and the southern hemisphere receive the sun's rays equally. This means that day and night on these days are approximately equal. In fact, that's what gives us the word equinox. It's Latin. Equus for equal, and nox meaning light. Now, believe it or not, you can mark this time exactly. This year in our time zone, equinox will occur at 3:21 p.m. on September 22nd. That's just a couple days from now. Let's see, 3:21 p.m. Well, I guess someone will just have to let me know what time it is. One of my favorite things about the autumn season is foraging for ripe spicebush berries. This is a spicebush. The leaves have a really distinct smell and flavor. Kind of peppery. Their berries are green when unripe, like most things, and a beautiful bright red when they're ripe. They have kind of a taste of like a citrus rind with a little peppery kick. Ooh, a lot of peppery kick. Yikes! Northern spicebush is a shrub, known in its Latin name as Lindera benzoin, or around here we just call it Appalachian allspice. You'll find spicebush all throughout the deciduous forests east of the Rockies. That's here. While it's quite striking in the summer, it's even more so in the winter. It blooms beautiful little yellow flowers in the late winter, a sign that spring is on its way. Flowers that look like this. Spicebush flowers are edible, so keep an eye out for them if you're doing any winter foraging. You can also use the stems and twigs off of a spicebush too, but today we're going to be focusing on collecting berries and leaves to dry out and make into a tea. That way I can join you at your virtual tea party. Now, of course, as with all foraging, we don't want to take too much. Leave a couple berries for the birds. So I just gathered these leaves and berries fresh today, but a couple of days ago, I gathered a bunch of these and started drying them. They're almost there. But when they're finished, they'll turn this nice, deep, rich black color. At this point, you can put them in a spice grinder, grind them up, and use them in pies and other savory dishes. Put them in your favorite recipes and just see what happens. There are many different ways to use various parts of the spicebush in recipes. Some of my favorites can be found in this book, Forest Harvest Feast by Marie Viljoen. You should see if your local library can get it for you. I'm not making any of those recipes today, however. I'm just going to make a simple tea over an open flame. Sometimes I like to add sprigs of rosemary to my cook fires. Makes everything smell real nice and keeps the mosquitoes away. Whew. Things are getting a little smoky. A little teary. Don't worry, you can make your spicebush tea on your stove too. You don't have to do it over an open flame. Fairies just sometimes do things a little bit extra. Now you don't want your water to be boiling, but you do want it to be quite warm. It's time. I've also added some dried spicebush berries. I'll let this sit and steep for 10 minutes. Well, to be honest, it wasn't steeping very well, so I put it back on some low heat. Don't be afraid to experiment when you're cooking, even outside. When you're ready, strain it. I hope you're enjoying your tea, and thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for more events with the Herbert Westcott Memorial Library. Ooh, that's good.